Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Patty. I go by Pattymac Makes everywhere online. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I started keeping my fat quarters organized and straight. A couple of months ago, I shared my process with you for how I've started keeping my full-size cuts of fabric, which is to basically wrap them onto comic book boards and keep them kind of like mini bolts. And I have to tell you something. Since I filmed the video, I've had several months to actually utilize that method, and I love it. I'm sold on it. I'm going to finish doing all of my stash the same exact way because it is amazing. Not only can I see what I have, I can also more easily match fabrics together for projects, and it has gotten me to delve more deeply into my stash and to use fabric that's been sitting there for a long time because now I can see it, and because it's really easy to pull several things and try them out together. I find that I am making more interesting combinations when I go to select fabrics for projects. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen that video, I will link to it in the corner. I'll also share it with you in the description. Highly recommend watching that if you haven't already seen it. For today, I want to show you how I started wrapping and keeping my fat quarters. I really like fat quarters because when you buy a fat quarter bundle, you get a cut of everything in a collection, and it is such an amazing way to audition a full collection. Also, you get all of the pieces in the collection so that when you want to start cutting and piecing quilt blocks, you have a lot of stuff to choose from. And the beauty of working within one collection is that theoretically everything is designed to go together. I find some collections are better than others, so use your discretion when you go to try a fat quarter bundle. They can be a little expensive, but honest to goodness, you get a lot of fabric, and it's a really fun way to experiment with colors and patterns and putting blocks together. But they're hard to keep straight, and you know, I watched a lot of videos on how other people keep their fat quarters, and they're all folding them. And they just kind of fold them and stick them on a shelf. And I'm going to tell you something, I don't like that way because it's always a mess for me. I just, you know, I'm kind of like, just mess and clutter follow me no matter where I go. And so keeping it straight, keeping it organized, it's a constant thing for me. So when it came time and I'm finally at the place where I want to organize those fat quarters, I was like, all right, I really like how the full-size cuts are working for me on the bolts. I'm going to come up with a way to keep them in a similar fashion on the smaller cuts. And let me show you what inspired me to do this. My inspiration for wanting to fold my fabrics, my fat quarters, similar to the method I used on the full size was basically the cuts that I purchased from Joann, which, like, here's just a selection. So when you go to Joann, if you go on the back wall where they've got all the quilting fabrics, what they call their quilting cottons, which is their it's their lower end fabrics, but they're still pretty good. They also have a section full of different fat quarters, and they're all sold as individual cuts, and then you can put them together however you choose. And so when I was in there, I wound up putting initially, and it surprised me, I liked it so much, but I put the black with the little rainbow, and then I liked also the pink. But something that stuck out to me was I really liked the presentation on the cardstock. And of course they've got it so it's sealed with a little, you know, sticker. But I liked this presentation. I like it because I can pick it up, I can hold it. If it was just a folded fabric, it's just gonna flop over. But with this, I can hold it and see it. And as I go to audition fabrics, I can just kind of, you can hold them like a card. And a lot of quilt blocks will take, 3 colors. And so this way I can see all of those 3 colors and decide if they work for me. So this was my inspiration, to be honest, was starting from here. So let me show you what I did. Okay, we're on the floor and we're in front of my craft cart that I use, and I decided I wanted to keep all of my fat quarters together in one of these drawers. And I just opted for the lower drawer because it's one of the larger drawers on this crafting cart, and they just fit right in. And it was almost like a filing cabinet, so to speak. So you can see that the fat quarters, when they're wrapped, and these are the original ones I showed you from Joann, they just slipped in so nice, and I can see on the edge exactly what I'm working with. And I loved it. So I wound up, these are other fat quarters I had. So these are ones that I've already wrapped. And I went ahead and did a few to try them out and see how I liked them, and I really like it. So I have some on smaller cards, I have some on larger cards. And you can see that mine are not quite as neat as the ones from the store, but you know what? I'm not a robot. I can't fold as well as the robots that do this in Joann. So these are mine. But I can still look at this. I can see exactly what I've got. And so if I want to mix and match for whatever project, I can see what I have. And so like I can look in here and I can say, oh, well, these little stars are really cute. So what if I mixed them with this blue? Or what about this blue? And right there, I think that that is a really cute combination if I had something that took 3 blocks or 3 colors for a block. And see how I can hold them in my hand? I mean, I like this. These I wanted to show you. So these I just folded as folded, and you can, I mean, I guess you can still sort of do it, but they just don't have the same, it's just not the same. I don't know, just this works for me. So these were small, so I didn't put them on, but I wanted you to see the difference. And you can sort of still file them away, but they're gonna wind up losing their shape. And as you pull things in and out, they kind of lose their shape, and you'll wind up having to refold. And I don't want to have to fold and refold stuff. I mean, that is annoying. So anyway, there's that. So then I can say, well, I don't want to work with that. I can put this one in here. And then I can say, well, maybe I like this one. And, maybe I want to put those together. Maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't. And then that's got that little bit of red, so maybe I'll put that with it. Just as a thought. I mean, actually, I like this better than I thought I would like it, right? And I would never have before thought to put this red with that blue, but I like it. Okay, so let's reconvene on the cutting table, and I'll show you how I actually did these. This is a fat quarter bundle that I bought for myself around Christmas, and I have used it in a project which I thought came out beautifully. I will share that with you coming soon, later this summer. But for now, you can see I've got this whole stack of stuff, and it just, I don't know, it's just a mess. It looked beautiful when it came in its already packaged bundle, but now that I've kind of, rifled through and played around with some of the cuts, they're getting to look a little bit messy. And let me tell you, before we go any further, it's the Stellar Collection from Ruby Star Society, and this designer is Rashida Coleman Hale. I absolutely love Ruby Star Society, and I've been very happy with this particular collection. Unfortunately, it is really hard to find now, so that makes me sad, but it is what it is. So we're just going to enjoy what we have while we have it. And you know, I want to make the most of it because this is really special. This is kind of the end of that collection. So I want to present these in the best light possible. So what do we need to fold? We need a couple things. We need cards, and I took my comic book cards and I cut them down, and I went with a square, and they're 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. It's nothing special. If that doesn't work for you, you can alter the size a little bit, but this is what I wound up doing. 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I wound up, the last time I did the wrapping, I just used coated paper clips that I had, and some people had recommended what they call alligator clips on Amazon, and I wound up getting them, and I really like them. Show them to you. These, you'll be familiar with them because they are what your shirts, if you purchase a shirt or something in a store, they come with these little clips. And you can buy them. I will link to them for you in the description. You can just buy these and use them to hold your fabrics in place. And I switched over to them, and I have to say, it was a great suggestion. I don't remember who mentioned that, but yeah, definitely a good recommendation, and I'm going to pass that suggestion on to you at this point. You don't want to use anything metal like a regular paper clip because the metal can rust over time, and you know, sometimes things will sit in our stash for a while, and we don't want to have any of our beautiful cuts of fabric messed up while they're, you know, waiting to be used. So okay, that's what we used. The cards and the alligator clips, and let me show you now how I did the actual wrapping. I've wrapped 3, just the fabrics that were on the top of the stack. I've done those 3, and just look how gorgeous they are. And you can so easily audition your fabrics this way and see what works or what doesn't work or what you like or what you don't like. And, you know, let me just say, this is, you know, it's not a perfect solution. And honestly, if you really want your things to look as nice as possible, then I do recommend that you press out your fabric first. But we're just going to go ahead and wrap. So, as I said, this is a fat quarter, and the way these came packaged, they are folded to the center. And so what I'm going to do is just lay my card that I cut out, and I just cut them 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and fold over, and then just neaten it out, and really get that cardstock up into the top, because you want to fold it over as neatly as possible, so that then your wraps look really nice. So you fold once. And then I take this, because that's a raw edge, and I fold it in, and then I'm just going to bring it over, okay? And then I'm going to take an alligator clip, and what I am looking to do is to catch the outside fabric to the cardstock, okay? And you just clip it that way. And let's see. Can see what I'm doing. So there, I've caught the cardstock, and then you don't want to have your fabric bunched or gathered. So if you need to adjust your clips a little bit, just adjust your clips, and there you have it. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. It's so easy. Let's do another one. I'll do this pretty pink. Okay. I really must have a thing for rainbows, because this had rainbows, and the other one I showed you was rainbows. Okay, so let's see, we'll turn it this way. I just slipped my cardstock in the middle. Okay, and then just, you know, smooth your fabric out so it's as neat as you can get it. And you kind of want that stock to be towards the edge here. Okay, and then just fold it over. You can push your cardstock so this is a nice flush edge, and then you're going to fold the raw edge in, and then just take it over. And then the clip, you clip the outside fabric, put the long end of the clip inside, and just attaching the outside folds to the cardstock that's on the inside. And then there you have it. And that's it. That's truly it. And then it's just a nice way that you can mix and match your fabrics and see what you like or don't like. This is my last card that I've got cut, so we'll do that one as our last one for today. Okay, just sticking it in. Don't you love that? I'm so bummed I can't get any more of this print because I really like this. Okay, and all of this has beautiful gold, shiny, and the printing. Oh, it's so pretty. Just shimmers. It's beautiful, beautiful fabric. And now I feel like whatever I decide to make, and I already have something in mind, which you will see soon, I can make the best possible choice for my fabrics. And there we have it. And all done. Isn't that great? And then I can just sort of hold it up and decide, you know, what do I want to mix and match? Ooh, maybe I like that. Okay, that's truly all there is to this, and I'm going to finish my folding and I'll show you how it looks when we're all done. Yeah, this is the video for today. I mean, just look how nice this is. I'm just gonna go on about how much I enjoy this because I can see everything, and you can just sort of hold them like a little stack of cards. It's gorgeous. And you can see everything you've got on the sides. That is today's video, and that's how I wrapped my fat quarters and got them organized. I hope that you find that helpful and that you try it in your own collection. And yeah, let's get our stuff organized so we can find out what we have in our stash and get busy making some really fun things together. That's the video for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.